Like all AMG super sedans, this one is a bona fide tyre shredder. And it's also AMG's first EV, ever. And with that comes a lot of pressure and weight. We're on the national media launch to see if this car deserves to wear that very special badge.
Priced at just under $330,000, the first AMG-tuned electric vehicle is as big as a whale, weighs almost as much, and will set the tone for all forthcoming AMG EVs. It's a go-fast version of the regular EQS, and as such, AMG has modified just about everything here, including the e-motors, the battery, the brakes, the suspension, the seats, you name it. It's the most expensive model in the EQS range and will be joined by non-AMG versions and even an EQS SUV very soon. It's similar in size to a long wheelbase S-Class L and could be seen as an internal rival as well. AMG's electric assassin could also be cross-shopped against other scorching German EVs like the Porsche Taycan Turbo S and Audi RS e-tron GT. Cast the net a little wider and you could lump in high-end versions of the Tesla Model S as well.
This is where you traditionally find a thumping V8, hand-assembled and signed by the bloke who builds it in Affalterbach, Germany. But in this case, you can't even open the bonnet. No way. Hidden away under its sleek bodywork are two AMG-specific electric motors that bang out an ungodly amount of power, and more than the standard EQS. They get extra copper wiring, a new inverter, and more cooling to develop higher RPMs and more mumbo.
The 0 to 100 km/h dash is claimed at 3.8 seconds, but if you add the almost $8,000 Dynamic Plus pack, it'll drop to 3.4 seconds. Now, that's crazy quick, but not class leading. Both the Tesla Model S and Porsche Taycan are significantly quicker. Like the majority of EVs, the e-motors pump through a single-speed reduction gear, driving all four wheels via an infinitely variable all-wheel drive system.
I'm in two minds about the design. On one hand, I love that curvaceous aerodynamic shape, and the 21-inch alloy rims, upgradable to 22, are pretty intense. But it just doesn't scream AMG. I kind of want the bodywork to be more aggressive. It's a different story inside the cabin with a much sportier flavour. You've got some carbon fibre accents along with this lovely suede-like Alcantara upholstery and overt red stitching here, 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 and also here. It's very nice.
Fit and finish is spectacular, and the high-quality materials found throughout make this car an enticing place to spend your drive time. The AMG sports seats are not as aggressively contoured as some AMG models, but they are lush and can be electrically adjusted in about 421 directions, so no matter your body size, you'll find a comfy seating position. Oh, and they also have a massage function. The AMG steering wheel feels expensive, and these digital dials allow you to quickly adjust the suspension, power levels, and so forth. There's even aluminium paddle shifters, but the car only has one gear. That's because they're used to dial up the brake recuperation levels.
AMG wants you to know this is a high-tech vehicle, and so the Hyperscreen was born. It's a massive 1.4 metre long single pane of glass behind which sit 3 digital screens backlit by OLEDs. You've got haptic feedback and there is a lot of functionality. There's no doubt about it, this is a showstopper.
Yep, there's more digital screens, LED lights and power controls than the command deck of Darth Vader's Imperial Star Destroyer. And it's quite fitting they call this mega display the Hyperscreen. Apparently, it'll do the Kessel Run in just 18 parsecs. Regular Mercedes have pretty intricate infotainment systems, and the EQS takes it to a new level. Nerds will love this, but if you just want an EV with powerful tech that's easy to access, the whole setup might seem like overkill. There are some useful shortcuts, but you can still spend a lot of time drilling through menus and features here. Most of the physical controls have been moved to the steering wheel, which makes the cabin look sleek, but they're not the most intuitive we've ever used.
I was expecting a bit more pomp and pageantry back here, maybe a foot massager or a hairdryer, but fair dinkum, this is huge. There is loads of legroom, headroom's not too bad, and comfort levels are really, really good. And to be honest, if you really want, you can get the rear seat upgrade with screens here, massaging seats. So all in all, it is pretty cool. AMG has done a stellar job with the power delivery in its first ever EV. It's smooth and silky when you need it to be, but when you drop the hammer, it is seriously potent. That's just,
True blue, this does not feel like an almost 2.7 tonne monolith when those twin E-motors spool up with breathtaking acceleration. It motivates with a different kind of intensity to combustion engine AMGs. It's really full on and prepare for fireworks, but it is a little different as well. That said, it's still not as quick from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour as the fastest Porsche Taycan.
In terms of handling dynamics, this machine feels a lot smaller and more nimble than it looks, and a big part of that is the rear wheel steering. It's also got phenomenal brakes and delivers a relatively engaging drive for something so big and heavy.
I like the one-pedal driving mode via Super Brake Regen. The rear wheel steering makes it easy to park, and there's loads of autonomous driving systems to make your drive life a lot easier. And while it's not quite as scalpel sharp as we've come to expect from crazy expensive AMGs, the V8 rumble is replaced by a weird whirring sound, no one will complain about the excellent ride comfort. Indeed, the adaptive dampers and air suspension have been tuned to deliver a smooth and supple experience at the touch of a button. The new AMG EQS 53 is an engineering marvel, the sort of vehicle that can do things unthought of just a decade ago. It's very big, very sporty, and bristling with technology. But for all its power and intelligence, it doesn't quite feel like an AMG Apex Predator. And even AMG admits it's too heavy to wear the hallowed 63 badge, so you won't see one flogging around a racetrack anytime soon.
That said, you could see a well-heeled captain of industry arriving at the racetrack in the back of an EQS 53, preferring to race in something like a GT Black Series. Either way, stay tuned for our deeper dive review into this colossal feat of engineering soon.